Hey, this is Ron. Now, this is a quick video. I want to show you the power behind investing into the financial markets. Now, if you're already aware, I would have told you about Questra Holdings. Now, there are two elements to Questra Holdings. The first element is Atlantic Global Asset Management, which is where your personal portfolios are actually invested, and that is where the purchases that you make on the suitcases are monetized to bring you a return. The second aspect of Questra Holdings is the Questra Holdings affiliate program, whereby you can invite others to also invest into the financial markets, and you can start to ramp up and propel your earnings massively. Now, for this particular video, I really want to show you the income potential behind Questra so that you can actually picture what you can actually earn in the program when you start to invest into the various portfolios. Now, there are colored portfolios that we focus on in the business, and they range from a white portfolio, yellow, green, blue, red, black, and indigo. Now, each one varies in the actual value of the portfolio that you invest into. The white starts from roughly, I believe it's 90 euros, and the indigo is actually €500,000. So you can actually get started and investing into the financial markets for as little as 90 euros. Now, when you join Questra Holdings, you actually have access to 25 fund managers that handle your asset and wealth management. They handle everything. The only thing that you actually have to do is actually invest into the system, and the 25 asset brokers or fund managers will then handle your investments and invest into real estate, IPOs, commodities, assets, stripping, debentures. So each of the portfolios are quite diversified. So when you actually start to invest, the asset managers really start to spread the risk of your investments in a number of different areas, ensuring that you can get as high of a return as possible. Now, currently, the business is averaging anywhere from 4 and 7% return weekly. I'll repeat that again. When you invest with Questra Holdings, you're likely to receive a return of at least 4 and 7% on average every single week. If you've ever really wanted to make money while you sleep, this is the program to do it with. So when you join my success team, the Make Money While You Sleep team, you will have access to 25 fund managers also, and a powerful marketing system to allow you to really amplify your earnings, and most importantly, to make money while you sleep. So what you want to do is you really want to emulate what the wealthy are doing, right? Which is working smarter, not harder. Anybody can work like a dog. The most important thing is to leverage your income. The best way that I can see for my team and for anybody really wanting to generate income and make a dent online, it's to invest into the financial markets. It's extremely powerful. It's 100% automated. It's a hands-off income, and most importantly, it's 100% passive. So, without further ado, let me show you exactly how powerful this business opportunity is. Now, I want you to take note that this calculator is not an official calculator from the company. Okay, so that this calculator has been constructed by somebody else who is also actively monetizing their investments in the program. So, whilst this will provide you with a good indication of what can be achieved with your investments and the returns that you're likely to receive, bear in mind that your returns could be slightly lower or way higher. So let's get into it. I want to show you exactly what happens when you invest. Let's just start with 90 euros. That investment, let's work that particular investment over a period of 52 weeks just to see what exactly happens when you have 90 euros invested in the program if you weren't to invest any further monies in the program. Let's calculate that. Right, let's scroll down. This is just a few disclaimers here, but I've pretty much told you that that the investments and the returns in particular are not guaranteed. They could be way higher, they could be slightly lower. So you have invested 90 euros into the white package. Now this is beg your pardon, this is the starting package with Questra Holdings. Now I want to show you how you can start to see that the profits are fairly constant, and you'll start to receive a very modest return of €3.40 per week. After the first week, you would have secured €20.40 back. After 1 week. So it's pretty powerful. You can start to see already how after 1 week, you've almost recouped a third of your money. After 10 days, you have recouped a third of your money of what you originally invested. Here's your principal amount of 90 euros. Here is the profit that you have received so far. And again, it's fairly constant. €3.40 every single week is what you're likely to receive in profit. So after 10 weeks, so far you're likely to have received 30 euros. If we scroll down, let's see what happens at the end of a year. So if I scroll back up, I just want to show you what's actually happening here. This also takes into account that you will actually be repurchasing packages as you go along. So when you have reached a further, you'll see at week 28, the week before, you're at €88.40 in total profit that you've received so far from your original investment of just 90 euros. Now, it would only make sense to really ramp your earnings up. It would make sense to actually compound your profits. That's why you'll see at week 28 the profit drops, because when you hit 90 euros, which would be at this point, you will reinvest again and purchase another white suitcase. So you can see now that you actually have 2 active white suitcases. And as you can see, a total of 180 euros has now been invested by you. You would continue this compounding in the program. As you can see, there's another purchase that has been made here. That's a total of 3 now white packages that you've made. And as you can see that the earnings every week have ramped up quite significantly. And this is at 41 weeks. If I scroll down, you can see at a full cycle of 1 year, bearing in mind that you've actually compounded the profits also, you are now on track to earn 34 euros a week. Your account stands at now 316 euros invested. So it's pretty powerful. You can see already that your income itself has moved from 90 euros as a principal amount. You've literally compounded your profits back into the Atlantic Global Asset Management, which is where we handle our personal investments, where they are handled for us, and you can see that you've received quite a significant return. So this can already start to show you the power behind this business. If I scroll up, let's go with 2 years on just 90 euros as the principal amount that you invest. Two years, 104 weeks. So let's see what starts to happen with your earnings. As you can see, the earnings will ramp up quite significantly. You started off with 90 euros initially. By 62 weeks in, your earnings would have grown quite considerably, almost 5-fold. In fact, yeah, more than fivefold. I think it's like close to sixfold. And your account now stands at €540 invested. And bearing in mind you only invested €90 into the financial markets. If we continue down, I mean, you can see after 2 years of just investing €90 into the program, you've made a whopping profit of almost 2,000. Beg your pardon, almost 2,000, and I think it's close to €2,800 roughly. Absolutely staggering. And that's at 2 years with just one single investment. So I guess the question that you should really be asking yourself now is, what if you actually invested more into this business opportunity? What if you actually invested more into the financial markets? Most importantly, you have to bear in mind the financial investment markets, they're $1 trillion industry. So these figures, they're substantial, but they're very, very realistic to what can be achieved when you piggyback $1 trillion industry. So let me scroll back up. Let's do another example. Let's say you work on €1,000. €1,000. And let's work on €1,000. Let me show you €1,000 at just 1 year, when 1 year lapses. Now if we scroll down, and we start off at the beginning. Now €1,000 would mean 2 white packages and 1 green package. That's a total of €990 invested. €10 will remain on account because you've purchased a green package and 2 white packages. You'll be left with €10 in your account. The total of those packages combined come to €990. So let's go week by week and let's see the profits that you start to earn. Already by week 2 you're earning €41 completely passively. If we proceed forward slightly, at 10 weeks you'll see you're now earning €56 a week. Now you can see that your profits are already starting to really ramp up quite significantly, and that's just at 10 weeks, a little over 2 months in the program. And where you started off with €1,000 or just under, you're already at €1,350, 100% passively. Now these are the returns that we are likely to achieve. These are the returns that Questra Holdings are actually achieving for member accounts. If we scroll down, you can start to see, I mean, the figures just get ridiculous. Amazing, amazing business opportunity. And you can start to see at the end of 52 weeks, 1 year, you are now sitting pretty at €8,000, 820. €8,820. Pretty staggering, considering that you actually started off the year with just €1,000 investment. Now, bearing in mind along the way, as you start to generate profits in your account, for this particular illustration, you are compounding these profits back into buying new packs. So at this particular stage here, you had €51 already of total profit. Sorry, of monies in your account from profits received. A further €45 hits your account here as profits in the 3rd week. 51 plus 40 is €90. You would therefore buy another white package. As you can see, 990 plus €90 at this amount, at this level, now takes you to €1,080. It's really, really powerful that you understand the law of compounding. Compounding is really what allows you to ramp your earnings up very, very swiftly simply by tying the profits back into the program. The profits then are used as fresh investment. So when you buy another white suitcase. This particular investment is again handled by the asset managers, who would then aim to bring you further returns on this new purchase. And as your earnings ramp up and the profits ramp up, you continue this buying cycle continuously, and you're not even forking out any of your own money anymore. Right? You're simply just tying the profits back into the program, ramping up the earnings significantly, and as you can see, at the end of 1 year, you're likely to receive in your account €8,820 from first starting out with a principal amount of just €1,000. Now let's take this particular figure again. Let's see what you can start to generate when you tie those profits back in over a 2-year period. Right, this is going to get pretty sexy. So let's see what happens now. Oh, let me see. €1,000, 104 weeks. Right, let's calculate that. As you can see, principal amount that we start off with is €1,000 that you've invested into Questra Holdings. You've purchased 2 white suitcases and 1 green suitcase. Now remember, you're leveraging a $1 trillion market here. So the earnings are going to ramp up extremely significantly and extremely quickly, very swiftly. So as you can see, the earnings again really start to take on a life of their own. And as you go past the 1-year stage of what we looked at originally, in the last illustration we were at €8,820. You're now earning €420 passively every single week. Now as you can see, as we get to the 1-year cycle of your investments, €8,820, you can start to see that your income really starts to really ramp up and really get to a staggering amount as your profits just continue to pile into your account. As you can see now, every week, week by week, you're earning just shy of €500. By the 56th week, you're at €510. That's completely passively. Your account now stands at €10,620 at the 56-week level. And bearing in mind, you start off with just €1,000. You've already 10x'd your original investment. I mean, how staggering is this? I can see so many lives being transformed with this system. And this is just the start. For the Make Money While You Sleep team, this is just the beginning. This success is just around the corner. And I've got no doubt that you're going to see some amazing things with your account. Now, look at what happens at a 2-year level, considering that you would actually tie your profits back into further repurchases of suitcases and investments. Look at the returns that you're likely to receive after a 2-year period of just putting in €1,000 to begin with. That's €123,000 in your account as a result of all the profits that you have compounded back into Questra Holdings. Pretty amazing, I'm sure you'll agree. Now, I really wanted to show you the power behind the financial markets, and most importantly, the power behind the Make Money While You Sleep system. If I really start to ramp up the earnings now, let's consider a €10,000 investment over a period of 2 years. Now, the figures can get crazy. As you can see, we start off with a €10,000 investment. Combine that would be the red package, or the red suitcase, the blue suitcase, and the yellow suitcase. As I scroll down the account, you can start to see you're already earning passively €482 on average every single week. 100% passively, 100% hands-off and automated. Of course, you will then start to compound the profits back in because you want to generate as much wealth from the financial markets as you can. So you're buying 2 more white, 2 more yellow suitcases at this stage. But watch what happens with your earnings and the profits that you start to receive on your account at 10,000 euros. I mean, already at 10 weeks in, at 10,000 euros invested, your account is already sitting pretty at 15,120 euros. That's 5,000 euros on average, roughly, of profit that you have returned back to your account as a result of your principal investment. And that's at 10 weeks after 2 months. As I scroll down the account, you can start to see how this just really takes on a life of its own. By week 16, you've already doubled your principal amount as a result of the profits that you've received. Pretty amazing. Now, I'll continue to scroll down just to show you as an illustration of how powerful your earnings can be as you really start to leverage the financial markets and leverage, of course, the 25 fund managers that we all have access to who handle your portfolios, your personal portfolio and investments into the markets. Now, these figures may seem pretty crazy and unrealistic, but I'll tell you right now that the company, Questra Holdings, have been averaging returns of 4 and 7% every single week, week in, week out, and this has happened and occurred continuously because of their track record and expertise in the financial markets. With just 1 year lapsing at 10,000 euros invested, your account is now sitting at 134,000 euros. You're now, at this stage of just 1 year, averaging a return of at least 7,000 euros to your account every single week. Now, as we start to go past the 1 year cycle of your investment, now bearing in mind you can withdraw your profits at any stage. This is an illustration to show you what happens when you actually compound your investments, which I would strongly advise you to do. I'd strongly advise, personally, I would advise that you not only compound your investments, but as you're compounding, always leave monies to one side that you can actually continue to withdraw regularly. So that way you've created a bit of a hybrid whereby you're not only compounding to secure as much of a return from your investments, but you're also paying yourself. You know, at the end of the day, your money's been working hard for you. You want to ensure that you're reaping those returns continuously. Now, if I continue along this calculation, already at the 58-week stage, your account is likely to be receiving 10,000 euros of profit at week 58. Pretty amazing. If we scroll down and we take it to a full 2 years, take a look and see what's just happened with your principal investment. Now, you started off with 10,000 euros. After 104 weeks have lapsed, bearing in mind that you have not withdrawn anything in this particular illustration, you have simply compounded the profits. Every time when you've received profits, you've compounded them back and repurchased further suitcases. Your account would be sitting at over 2 million euros after 2 years have lapsed. Pretty amazing, and you can start to really understand how the financial markets can start to work for you. You don't need any experience whatsoever. This is the very reason of why we leverage a system, why we leverage a program whereby 25 fund managers are given to you. These fund managers have a vast amount of experience, combined experience between them. They heavily invest into the financial markets week in, week out. And the returns, like I mentioned, the company have a track record for returns. They are profitable, and quite honestly, they have never missed a payment. And the profits are staggering, as you can see, and this calculation is just to give you a brief overview of how fast your account can ramp up in the program. Now, beneath this video, I'm going to provide a link to this exact same calculator, so you can start to see, what type of earnings you can expect, and most importantly, what comfort level you're at in terms of an investment. And I'd always say, always be prepared to put in, I guess, what you're prepared to lose. There is no guarantees with this business opportunity. There is no guarantee with any investment whatsoever. But this indication will provide you with realistic returns that the company are already on track to hit, and they've been hitting continuously every single week. So I hope this really shows you the power behind the business and how your wealth and your earnings can really start to ramp up in record time. Now, if you've got any questions whatsoever, or you're just ready to join our Make Money While You Sleep team. Everyone on the team is literally creating waves of success. You too can start to change your life. If you've struggled online before, if you've struggled to make money online, this is a passive income stream, and everybody is making money on our team. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll leave the link to the calculator in the description below. Check it out. Have a fiddle around. You can start to even break down the calculator so you can actually withdraw a certain amount at every stage. Have a fiddle around with it. Get comfortable with it. Most importantly, don't just fiddle around with the calculations. Take action. Your wealth won't grow by itself. So I would strongly advise you to get in touch with myself or anybody else on our team, and they can get you locked in, and you can start to make real income, real wealth starting from today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Plenty more videos on the way. I've got a fully automated marketing system to allow you to not just generate a massive income with this business opportunity, but I'll show you exactly how you can start to refer others to this business, and these earnings will start to grow massively. These earnings at the moment are only taking into account your personal investment. So when I show you exactly how you can refer others to this business, your earnings will literally take on a life of their own. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's extremely exciting, and I'd strongly urge you to get in touch with me or anybody else on our team. Don't let this opportunity, skip past you. Now, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.